All right, everyone, and welcome back to another video on Kaiju No. 8 the game. And today we are checking out Rin Shinonome, a character that I have talked about quite a lot on the channel. And I finally got around to fully building her out, and we're going to check her out and see how she looks. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you happen to be new, as 80% of viewers aren't subscribed currently. For her and her weapon, I consistently pulled her weapons throughout all my summons, no matter what. It's like the game was screaming to me, you have to do this and you're going to like it. So much so that I've got an extra I literally can't infuse, so I had to dismantle, I have to dismantle, but I've already dismantled a few of her extra weapons because the game loves giving me her weapon and Astro's weapon for some reason. If there's a weapon that's been like a bugaboo to you like that, let me know in the comments down below. Like, which one are you consistently pulling? So since we're on the weapon page, it's fully maxed out, so obviously results will vary with that. She does have one or two dupes in her herself, so obviously with that, if you were to try to build her out, yours wouldn't perform like mine does unless you have what I have on mine. So, these are the look at the stats she's getting. So nearly 600 attack from this. So she's got quite a high attack stat as well. She gets shot damage dealt here. If there are 3 or more kaiju in the field, the equipped unit's attack also goes up by 35%. So really quick thing you need to know about Rin is that she is one of probably 2 actual AOE characters in the game. Don't get it confused when characters like the new Shinonome are able to hit multiple enemies. That's not considered an AoE in this game. Those are called blast attacks. They hit adjacent targets. AoEs are literally AoE modified attacks, and they hit everybody no matter what. Those attacks that doesn't happen with them. Anyway, she's one of like 2. I think it's only her and the Hoshina 5-star, the old one. So anyway, 3 enemies on the board. She gets that attack increase. That is a gift and a curse. I don't know if this is constantly re-triggering or deleting itself if you go below that. Like, is this just at the start of the fight? Is she going to keep this automatically? Things like that, I don't know. Like, it doesn't really say that here. I would assume it's spontaneously, like if you defeat an enemy, it should go down. I guess we could see that live in a video. When the equipped unit activates the combat or ultimate against a kaiju that has 50% or less remaining HP, the damage dealt goes up by 21%. All right, so going back, not here. We need to go to the character here. So I mostly settled on this. I need to go back and change this to shot damage, so obviously it could be better. But you know how it is farming these stupid uniparts, man. 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 So obviously I do need to change her foot part, but other than that, I don't mind the other 2. You could maybe argue to put crit rate. I would put on crit rate on the armor piece, but I do like the ultimate gauge up for her. So for her dupes, after causing a kaiju to be core exposed, applies crit rate plus 20% to this unit. Next up, when attacking a kaiju that has 50% or more remaining HP, the unit's damage dealt goes up by 20%. Now, it just says for 2 turns, so what if she causes multiple to be exposed? I would assume this stacks. It doesn't say otherwise, right? I would assume that stacks, and so she's really good by default with a character like, which it makes sense, right? But with a character like Gen, who has such diverse plate breaking, she can kind of come in and finish things up with her AoE shot attacks, right? So right here it says AoE attack. It is an AoE attack. Those are the only ones that are actually considered AoE attacks. And so this is the levels she's got on her skills. I wasn't able to push even further than that amount of kaiju cores, and there's no way to really get those, so it just kind of stuck. So each time this unit attacks a kaiju, applies damage dealt to this unit, it stacks 5% 5 times. I would assume that also we'll see this also in gameplay. I would assume that if there's 3 out there, she does an AoE hit, she would get 3 of these off. Maybe she has to do 5 separate attacks. That'll be determined throughout the video. For her passives, each time this unit defeats a kaiju, gets ultimate gauge up. At the start of the battle, starts with plus 60 in the ultimate gauge. And then down here, when the remaining HP is 70% or more, the attack increases. There's just a lot of, like with her, she's kind of annoying because there's a lot of conditional stuff in here. When defeating a kaiju, do this. When HP is here, the weapon was doing similar things. After doing so many attacks, stack this up. There's just so much conditional stuff in here. And then the last thing is that she's got AoE on the follow-up, which is actually pretty nice, I'll admit. The combat skill as well. Now, the last thing is that the AoE attack modifiers, as you see, are quite low, 92%, 34% on the follow-up. That's just because she's hitting so many enemies, whereas this single target normal attack is at an 85, and it's not even the same level skill. So there's that. The ultimate Deals shot damage equal to 119% of this unit's attack to all kaiju. After attacking, each time this unit destroys a plate, advances this unit's next action order by 10%. So really, really solid. I think she would be so good if she was dual element, I think. If she was dual element, like maybe she had, I don't know, whatever they wanted to give her. Let's just say fire, for example. Or I guess she's kind of like, she doesn't really do much else. She's not slashing. She's not doing a blunt attack, so she's pigeonholed that way. But if she had any element, she'd actually be super good, I think. All right, so we're gonna get out of here. We're gonna go into typically okay, well, this will work. Okay, permanent here will work because there's 3 enemies. I was gonna say typically I like to come here and just kind of use this as my sandbox, if you will. So we're gonna go in here with these characters. For the last couple characters, I need somebody that can be efficient as a breaker to also pressure. Do I just put Gen in here like I was saying? I'll put Gen in Chester. We'll start with this. Okay. So there's a few things we need to find out as well. If it ever loads. There it goes. Okay. Okay, so we're going to start off with Chester, of course. Get the attack increase. By the way, she had a pretty high attack stat. If you saw it, she was like 2,700 or something like that, I believe. So look at that. She's already over 4,000 attack. Her attack stat is quite good, right? Now she just got like a 900. Yeah, nearly 900 from Chester. But give or take, I mean, her attack stat's quite high. 25% crit rate, not the best. But, I mean, with the dupe in there, she should be fine. So Field Ops is live. 9% from Chester's weapon as well. And then we're going to go ahead and give her even more buffs here. Oh, this is the one character Buddy Hoshina doesn't truly synergize great with. Because he does blast attack and single target, but she has AOEs on there. She has the normal attack, but that's just the one. Like, he still gives the Buddy skills. The crit rate, the speed, attack in there too. Like, he's still giving all that. But she actually does not synergize great with him because of that. Okay, so now we're going to get a look at her AoE here. So she's got the speed up from Hoshina. That's the only thing else that was applied in there. She crit on the main kaiju. I didn't even see the damage. It went by a little too fast there. I'd have to rewind it and see. But she crit on the main kaiju. Let me see how her stacks look. Yeah, that does work how I thought it did. So she got 3 stacks there. So next time around, she's going to hit much harder. I'll make sure to pause it too. But she'll hit much harder because she gets that extra 15. And there was also an effect in there for, we'll confirm that, but when they're below 50%, right? So got to make sure we pop that too. Okay, we're going to get this here. So all of them are below now. Well, I don't know about Kaiju 10, but the other guys are. All right, so let's confirm here. If there are 3 Kaiju in the field, she's got 35% attack. That's triggered here. So also her attack is kind of variable because, like I said, I don't really know if that would fall off as I delete one. We'll see right here, I guess. When the equipped unit activates a combat skill or ultimate against a Kaiju that has 50% or less, the damage dealt goes up. There it is. She's also pretty slow. The speed up was nice, but she's pretty slow by default. Like, I talked about that foot part being shot up. I would probably consider putting speed because she's just so slow. And she needs to get that ultimate, right? She really wants to get that ultimate off. After causing a Kaiju to be core exposed, gets the crit rate. I haven't done that yet. When attacking a Kaiju that has 50% or more. Okay, that's what it is. I was like, I know there's some 50 in there. So she's always basically going to have this. With her weapon, I guess it's not as situational as I thought. With her weapon, she's always going to have 20% damage dealt increase, basically. Basically. At least my version of her weapon. So above or below. So you're not going to really see her pop too much more because of that. It'll just be her own other effect. Okay. She gets ultimate for deleting a Kaiju too. She should be able to pop one of these guys on the side. If she crits, I guess. It's not showing that she will. This is that low modifier kicking in here because she's hitting all these targets. But if she crits on the sides, she should kill both of them. We'll see what she does. She did not crit on anybody. Great. 7, 6, 7. So not a ton of damage. Unfortunate. May still just be better with Lizard. I tried to really game the system, but I think she's just going to be better with Lizard, even with that first dupe in there. Because unless you can guarantee that you're going to get the effects of that first dupe, it's kind of sketchy, right? Like, we haven't been able to guarantee that. I guess right here I would get it. No, I won't get it because we need a blunt damage dealer. So I guess I would need to swap Kikuru in. I didn't consider that. Yeah, I would need to put Kikuru in. So this isn't a great stage for her, but she would be really good in story content though, I guess. So she's going to delete the guy on the side. That's unsurprising. Let's do this first. And we'll also check her attack stat too. See if it dipped at all. 26.99. Yeah, it looks like she lost that attack increase. Because she doesn't have any other attacks in here. Field Ops has not changed. It's still the same. Like, no, actually, Chester's pushing more attack now because I reapplied it and he was stronger. So yeah, she's actually getting more from Chester now. So she lost that bonus. I'm pretty positive because the enemy had been defeated. So I guess it applies consistently. The Gatling is so funny though, because she does do a lot of hits though. The Gatling is hilarious. All right, let's get the ultimate here for Hoshina. We'll trigger her after. I'll actually swap Gen out next time as well. He snuck in there. How did he jump the line like that? What the hell? Did I not proc her ultimate fast enough? Oh, by the way, since it's just automatically an AOE, it's gonna go no matter what. look at her spraying it. That's hilarious, bro. She just sprays it. Oh my god. So her doing 30k there is actually not bad. That's actually really good damage. She crit there, of course. She's got multiple damage dealt modifier bonuses. SW Fox. Oh, so that was another thing. So Hoshina popping off there also triggered his ultimate. Yeah, 2 turns of 40% attack increase. So that's kind of another thing that popped there before she went. But admittedly, still, like I said, not bad that she was able to do that. She's got another 18% crit rate here. So not at all bad. 9,000. All right, so we'll retreat here. But you know what it is? Is she's performing exactly how I thought she would. She hasn't really surprised me. She's performing how I thought she would. We'll swap Kikuru in, like I was saying, so we can get some breaks. She's performing like I thought she would, which is not a bad thing. It just means that I think that there are characters that are better / more efficient and require less setup. One thing I'm noticing for sure, and I knew it, is that she requires kind of a bit of setup. And there are characters that just come hard-hitting fast out the gate, like Hoshina, for example. And even though she's multi-target, I can't say I would rather use him. And then there's Kikuru, who throws an ultimate once every couple turns, and they're blast attacks, so they're going to hit pretty much everybody out here all the time the same way. So, like, you know. Admittedly, the damage was not good. It was not good. Could have been better if I went for Chester first, but it was not good. I'm not gonna sugarcoat. It was bad. It was quite bad. In fact, Kikuru doesn't have like the highest attack, but it's cool, right? It's cool. She's at plus 3,000 here. Holy crap, dude. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. She's over 4,500 attack here. That is ridiculous. Go for another blast attack here. And Kikuru did so much more damage that second time after Chester and after, I believe, a defense down got applied. Just goes to show how much, like, the buffs actually matter. She got a plate break. Let's go. She got 2 plate breaks, huh? Oh, that got me feeling some kind of way, baby. All right, so what was the effect for that when causing them to get plate broken again? After attacking, each time this unit destroys a plate. Oh, oh, no, that's the ultimate, though. That's the ultimate. After causing a Kaiju to get core exposed, get crit rate. That's what it was. Okay, so now she's at 45. You can see the crit rate went up. Okay. The ultimate, though, like, would be really nice to get. She just, again, she's just kind of slow. But she'll get the ultimate on her next pass. Wait. Wait. Hold on. This is where her normal attack being a single target move is pretty good. Because with the ultimate, I want it after attacking each time this unit destroys a play event. Yeah, I want this to go and have it be the break on the enemy, right? Like, that's what I'm going to go for here. 17K, not bad. Oh my God! She didn't charge enough. Son of a... That's what I get for big braining it. God damn it. She didn't freaking charge enough. Are you kidding me? I'll pass this along. Whatever. Ah. Oh, she's going to hit so hard after Hoshina. She is going to hit so hard. I'll reapply Chester, too. Oh, Hoshina actually crit. He might kill it. He did. Oh, great. Thanks, Hoshina. The one time I don't want you to actually beat the enemy. So let's see her attack. It fell instantly, right? 32. Actually, it hasn't triggered. But when it's her turn, it'll probably fall off. That's where, like, actually, those are pretty cheesable, because if she was getting, like, a follow-up attack or something, she would still have that bonus. Actually, she's higher. I don't know what the game's doing, man. I could pay better attention to it, frankly, but she's higher now, so I'll take it. All right. Once again, I'm not going to see the full effects of this because we defeated the others too fast. 11K, okay. Could have popped Chester there first, but I just wanted to see her action order increases and stuff and how she worked with that. She's got 2 more turns on the page, so that's pretty solid, of course. It's a shame you can't replay story stages either, because she would be pretty good if I could replay a story stage. She did 30K on the combat. I'll say that was impressive, considering that would have been an AOE hit. I'll say that was impressive. Again, she's got so many things going on right now, but I'll say that was impressive for sure. That did impress. There's also that defense down in there too. Yeah, so she did the same amount of damage as a non-duped Kikaru. That's pretty good. Admittedly, like I said, that is pretty good. And Kikaru just punched him and he's obliterated, okay? Now, where she would lose value is in something like this, where there aren't 3 enemies, right? Because all of a sudden, a couple of things happen. For one, there's less value in her doing multi-hit attacks. And this applies to every character. I guess there's 3 enemies in this wave, but those guys will die pretty fast. But let's just say hypothetically, there's only 1 enemy, right? So she's not going to get that effect passive, things like that. But she was, in that situation, able to get quite a lot of buffs and looked quite good. So that worked out pretty well, I would say. I think she performed pretty well. But even though, like I said, that was impressive, it's still not enough to, like, sway my opinion, though. Like, I was really, really hoping she'd come out and, like, gangbusters and just blow everything up. But she's maybe a little too technical to do that when we've got characters that are pretty free. And it's not really her fault. It's certainly not her fault. But this team is, like, all free characters. And they not free as in how to get them, but just their gameplay mechanics. They just come in and blow stuff up much faster. And you just kind of get going much quicker. So it is what it is. But Ultimately, though, like I said, I didn't want to compare her to like Hoshina, but I think to the rest of the board is fine, right? My Isao also, by the way, now has the dupe where he starts off with a shield on everybody, and it's pretty helpful. It means he doesn't have to start off that first turn applying the shield. But the stupid AI, I'm sure, is still going to do it on auto. But he doesn't have to do it, right? Pretty helpful. $25K, Reno's starting to get going. Bro's already healing. He's healing! Break. It's going to be 30K. Oh, 16K. Oh, not even close, Reno. What was that, bro? What was that, bro? Not even close. We're going to delete this dude here. He's dead. Oh, he's not dead. Crit for me. Oh, okay, he's dead now. Nice. Thank you. just that's my point, though. Like, again, I don't want to compare it to him. But even, like, Gen and Ren would have been fine. Like I've said a lot with Kikuru, I just don't think it's fair to compare to compare anybody to Hoshina. He just does too much damage, bro. Like it's not even a fair comparison. All right, let's start off here. Once again, not starting with Chester. Second time I did that in this video. And she hit like a wet noodle as a result. That's not Kikuru's fault. That's my fault. Actually, you know what? This is a good little test to show you how strong Chester is. So she did like what, 11K across the board, something like that. Nothing at all good. We're gonna start with Chester this time. He pushes 882 right now. Eventually, I'll work on getting that number higher. She can't crit on this, so just the only difference here is the attack increase. So yeah, she did much more across the board. Again, there's no reason to really do much here for Rin. It's just Rin getting the crit rate. That's the most valuable thing here. Kikuru may be pressuring this too much. We're going to delete the ones on the side. Nice. They can revive, though. But Kikuru's kind of pressuring it just maybe a little too much. And there's the revive, like I was saying. That's pretty good, actually. I like that they revived. Helpful. Would be nice if I had a slash attack in here, though, admittedly. So this is what I'm going to do. Watch this. This should be a pretty good sequence here. I will go... man, I need an AOE, like, slash attacker, dude. That would be so good right here. We'll go slash attack here. He's got like 3 defense downs, by the way. Follow up. Look at that follow up. Finally triggered her follow up in the video. That's why I wanted to make sure that we got that off. And then the AOE. She didn't crit though. No crits anywhere, unfortunately. Ah. That would have been so nice. Unfortunately, she got no crits off, man. But she's fully stacked up. Like, she stacks that 5 out of 5 fast. And that was all, like, out of turn damage, of course. So, like, that was pretty good, I'll say. That was pretty good. Again, all out of turn, everything like that. The enemy had multiple defense down stacks. 20% up. 15 down. 15. No, he's got 1 up and then 2 down is what it was. Okay. All right, so we're going to buff Kikuru here. We'll pop Chester. We'll go here. We'll get another defense down here. Most likely, anyway. Along with the speed down, for what it's worth. Nothing crazy. We got the defense, but not the speed, it looked like. And she is going to wrap here, right? Yes, she will. So the single attack is not going to, but the AOE is, and that is purely a difference in base skill level because the modifier, 85 to 92. Such a small margin. If she crits on the normal, that would do it, but it doesn't tell us that. So 16K on that. Yeah. So, okay. So here's my final verdict. I said it a few times throughout the video. My opinion hasn't so much changed in that she is good at what she does. Because I've said all along that this game has no bad characters. Maybe like 2 or 3 are actually legitimately bad. But I think you could use a wide majority of this roster and be effective with it. And she's no different. I think her attack stat's very high. I think that in the optimal scenario, she has a very high attack stat, as you saw. She's like over 4,500 or something like that. So that helps to make up for the deficiencies that she could have had with her modifiers being low. Because if her modifiers were any higher, she'd be probably a top 3 damager in the game, especially when you consider total damage output across the board for the full AOE. Now, speaking of TDO, I think that that's where she kind of shines a lot. It's like quite literally the same argument as Kikaru in that regard, in that you could make an argument to say I would use another character as like a sub DPS or something, and you could be pretty well off. Now, the problem is that, for one, she's super slow. She's like ridiculously slow. So you would have to make up for that. You can get like plus 20 speed on her foot part or whatever. But there are better characters for that role. In fact, Kikaru may be a better character for that role. Like, there are just better characters for that role. And so my final verdict on her is that if you started playing, like I said, you can make use of everybody. But if you started playing like, and you needed somebody to help you farm content, she is still the queen of that, or one of the main queens of that in this game. There's a couple characters that are pretty close, but I think she is still that. Like, she would require another character to help her get in a higher attack stat, maybe ideally Chester, but that's not a knock on her. Chester is just great in this game for everybody. But she could be very useful for that. But the thing is would I build her specifically for that, or would I build Gen to be better on average across the board in every other piece of content? Be a better faster breaker, be a better damage dealer consistently. Probably that. But I think she looks pretty good. I do think she looks pretty good. Like, it's not, and this is my whole thing. Like, when I do my tier list, if I put a character lower, it's just simply because there are other characters that I think you would want to grab ahead of said character. That's it, right? That's literally all, because I do think all these characters are good. Now, quick caveat here. Results will vary, of course. She's got a fully duped out weapon. She's got 2 dupes. If you spent this whole video comparing her to Kikaru, my Kikaru has no dupes in her weapon, no dupe in the character, right? So there's that. Like, that's not even a fair comparison for that either. But Shinonome is powerful. So make use of her if you have her, if you need her, of course. She could be a character that you plug in and could be a nice tie-in. So overall, hope you enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.